Survived by enters closed beta, another failed game thinks buy-to-play will save it. All that and more, I'm Zach Sharpson, this is Free to Play Weekly. First up in the news this week, if you're a fan of Xaviant's Battle Royale title The Culling and thought The Culling 2 was abysmal like everyone else, you might be happy to hear that The Culling will be rolled back to its day one state, and when testing is complete, The Culling will become free to play. In regards to why The Culling would be rolled back, Director of Operations Josh Van Velde stated the following: "We realized that we changed too much, too fast, and there was something very unique and very special about the personality of that game." End quote. For Day 1 fans of The Culling, this news might excite you, but for the rest of us, do we really need another AA/indie Battle Royale title? I mean, there's so many of them out there. I personally think not. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment down below. If you're more of a fan of permadeath MMOs, Human Head Studios' free-to-play Bullet Hell MMO Survived by enter closed beta testing. The game, which is published by Digital Extremes, opens the testing period with its first monthly event and the addition of both 10-player raids and hard mode dungeons. I'm interested to see how this game develops, and hopefully since testing has begun, we'll see more gameplay for it released. In the recent trend of failed games running to the buy-to-play model as their next best idea, Play With Interactive's MMORPG Warlords Awakening has revealed that it will be going buy-to-play. If you don't remember, Warlords Awakening is the failed MMO called ELOA, reskinned with a new name. Why did they make this decision? It's kind of the same reason Bless did. They just don't trust themselves. Quote, "We feel it is much better to have people buy the game as a package, so that way they're not hammered by required purchases in the game to keep up with other users." End quote. What's hilarious is Bless at least stated that they'd be tempted. Play With just stated this outright that they would hammer players with required purchases if it was free to play. Not quite sure I'd invest in a game with devs like that. This year, our own Jason Winter brought forth the Free to Play World Cup, where numerous free to play games went head to head and you guys all picked the winner. After numerous bouts, a fair bit of upsets, and a surprising finals, we pretty much have a winner. I'm calling it right now as of the 22nd at 4 p.m. Central Time, and hopefully, something wild doesn't happen, but the current vote is 96% in favor of Warframe and just 4% in favor of Star Wars: The Old Republic, who upset Path of Exile in the previous round. So, with the total vote count at just over 11,000, it's pretty safe to say that Warframe will end up the winner of our free-to-play World Cup this year. If somehow SWTOR does make a comeback, I will update y'all next week, but I really doubt that happen. That said, it's time for the question of the week. Last week on the show, I asked if you are all interested in another DRM platform. One user by the name of Chris Baker stated the following: "Competition can be good for the industry, and if Tencent is serious, I think they can give Valve a run for their money." On the other hand, I'll show the full comment, so be sure to pause if you want to read it in its full entirety. But to sum it up, a user by the name of Leong expressed concerns over Wii game gaining more prominence as Steam is currently suffering from feature bans in China, causing them to agree to a partnership with Perfect World. Also, Leong stated that as of a few days ago, they can't visit Steam anymore, that the Steam shop just doesn't work. So the war over which DRM will reign supreme is already pretty messy. This week, if you wish for your comment to be possibly featured on next week's show, make sure to leave a comment down below. This week's question is, what free-to-play game do you think deserved the Free-to-Play World Cup, and why? Last up in the news this week, Daybreak Game Company's free-to-play MMORPG DC Universe Online seems to have a fair bit of new content. First, the Teen Titans are recruiting and they need your help. The Judas contract features what the devs call the definitive Teen Titans storyline, new characters, places to visit, and more. The next content update on the horizon, however, features Aquaman and is titled Atlantis. Launching in November, you'll head to the underwater city, meet up with new and returning heroes, participate in large-scale and level-agnostic content, find new gear styles, farm new player rewards, and more. For DCUO fans, it does seem like Daybreak is still cranking out a lot of content for you. Speaking of cranking out things, be sure to check out that giveaways page. You never know when we might crank out more, so check out the page, bookmark it, and check it daily to ensure you never miss one. As for myself signing out till next week's show, my name is Zach Sharps, and I'll catch you guys next time.